occasionally Donald Trump will put something on Truth Social that I think is legitimately substantive. Um, and we saw an example of that yesterday. And I'll explain why I think this is substantive in a moment. Um, he raged at protesters yesterday, people protesting against ICE, when he saw video of people throwing rocks at ICE vehicles. And that happened a couple days ago here in Southern California. I'm in Northern California, but I'm in California. Blah, blah, blah. They're dramatically ramping up deportation raids, especially in California and in different areas, mainly in Southern California. And Trump said he witnessed such an incident in an angry Truth Social post when he was on his way back from touring flood damage in Texas yesterday. He wrote the following: I'm on my way back from Texas and watched in disbelief as thugs were violently throwing rocks and bricks at ICE officers while they were moving down a roadway in their car and or official vehicles. Tremendous damage was done to these brand new vehicles. I know for a fact that these officers are having a hard time. Oh, won't somebody think of the officers? That sentence is important because it is being communicated to Donald Trump directly that ICE officers are going through some shit and they're unhappy about it. They're very unhappy about it. So enough of them have complained to their higher ups that it's making its way up the chain of command all the way to Trump. I know for a fact that these officers are having a hard time. I bet he does. With allowing this to happen, in that it shows such total disrespect for law and order. Therefore, I am directing Secretary of Homeland Security Christy Noem and Border Czar Tom Homan to instruct all ICE, Homeland Security, or any other law enforcement officer who is on the receiving end of thrown rocks, bricks, or similar, or any other form of assault, to stop their car and arrest these slime balls, all caps, using whatever means is necessary to do so. I am giving total authorization for ICE to protect itself just like they protect the public. ICE, in its current iteration, is not protecting the public. Not by a long shot. I never want to see a car or law enforcement officer attacked again. All caps. Authorization immediately granted for arrest and incarceration. And again, we sign off with "thank you for your attention to this matter!" exclamation point. How do you think rank and file ICE officers and federal law enforcement officers, who are already under an incredible amount of stress because of their just following orders and the shitty things that they are doing to people to earn a living and the protest response that they are getting to those actions, how do you think those federal law enforcement officers are going to take this directive from Donald Trump? Any means necessary. Any means necessary to defend themselves and arrest and incarcerate protesters. They're dramatically ramping up hiring based on what's in the new bill that passed, which means their hiring standards are going to plummet. They already have no educational requirement, unlike the FBI and the CIA. You don't even have to have a fucking GED to become an ICE officer. I'm sure there's no psych eval. ICE is going to be hiring the MAGA dregs of society. The Al-Qaeda, "We the People, God shall not be infringed" tattooed on their butt, can barely get up off the couch after they finish a Hot Pocket, Gravy Seals, Meal Team 6 amosexuals. And Donald Trump just told those guys to use whatever means necessary to arrest and incarcerate protesters. that Truth Social post matters. And that's going to trickle down to all other law enforcement as well, because they're thinking, hey, Trump's DOJ isn't going to indict me. And even if they did, he'd give me a pardon, just like he did all the violent J6ers who attacked cops. This is a dangerous Truth Social post from the president.